Alright, welcome to my channel. It's a little cloudy out here in Colorado today, but I want to talk to you about my solar. Perfect day to talk to you about my solar on a cloudy day. When I was dreaming about my solar, I really didn't know anything about solar. So I went on the internet and looked on YouTube and looked at some solar companies and figured out how to hook up solar and make it work. One of the first things I needed to figure out was what my needs were, what my plans for this cabin are, how much power do I need. I'm not gonna have a washer dryer. I don't need a giant hot water heater. I'm not gonna have an electric stove. So my power needs were small. You know, my needs for electric were, you know, my refrigeration. I have a microwave. I want to be able to cook on with a toaster. You know, I have a flat top, LED lights in my trailer, but in my cabin here I do have a LED AC powered light. And I've also got some grow lights that I have here that are being able to use YouTube and the internet gave you information about every part of solar. It told you what you needed, it told you how to set it up, and it also told you pretty much tips on how to keep using it, or how to use it. I started looking at the used equipment on the internet. When I was in Florida, I saw people had used solar equipment in Fort Myers that they were selling, and that's how I got the idea to go on Craigslist and try to find some used solar equipment. So luckily I found the guy over in Denver. The guy's name was Dave. He had tons of solar equipment. He had 2 or 3 different kinds of solar panels. He had 2 or 3 different kinds of batteries. I got some solar panels that were pretty good solar panels. They were 320 watts each. They had 9.2 amps each on a sunny, bright day. And I bought 8 of those panels. I didn't plan on buying the batteries that I bought. I planned on buying regular deep cycle batteries that went in RVs, you know, a 24-inch or a 27-inch battery. Batteries that would run my system. He had these batteries that were out of a hospital. I'm told that every 2 years hospitals have to change out their batteries for their solar system, so he's lucky enough to take advantage of getting those batteries and selling them to the general public. So from the solar panels, it comes into your building, and you have to hook it up to some solar controllers. So I bought the solar controllers from this guy Dave also for $120 each. They're pretty good solar controllers so far. They've lasted a year, a little bit over a year. Okay, when I got my batteries, I knew that I wanted to have a 12-volt system, because there's more equipment out there for 12-volt systems. And I could go to Harbor Freight and buy a 10,000 watt inverter that was 12 volt, and it was way less expensive than any 24 volt or any 36 volt inverter / charger that I could buy. The Harbor Freight inverter was only $450, and it had a 2-year warranty on it. The inverter from Harbor Freight didn't have to be hardwired into your fuse box. Alright, I'm going to talk about how solar works, and I'm going to keep it really simple. There's 3 things you need for solar. First element is sunshine. The UV rays from the sun come into your solar panels. The solar panels collect the power from the sun, and they send it to a solar controller which charges your batteries. Your batteries are the 3rd element that you need on a solar system. The sun, solar panels, and batteries. So you got to have enough battery power to run your system and enough solar panels to be able to charge those batteries to the voltage that they need to be. During the day, when it's bright and sunny out, your solar panels produce a lot of power. And during the day is when you really want to use a lot of your power. Like, you can run saws, you can run microwaves, you can run lights and all kinds of equipment during the day, because your solar panels are putting out power into your batteries and allowing you to use that power to run whatever you want to run. So at night, the solar system relies on the batteries. Whatever power you have in those batteries is the power you have until the sun comes back up. So you have to be mindful of what power you're going to use. If you're going to run a heater, you don't want to run a heater so it drains your batteries all the way. You make sure you have enough batteries so if you want to run a heater, that won't drain them down too low. I find up here that I'm watching the weather. If there's snow coming, I know it's going to be cloudy. A couple of days or the day before the weather moves in, I'm looking at the clouds and conserving my electric so that my batteries are going to be charged up and my system's going to be charged when the clouds come in. And however long the clouds stay here is how long I'm going to be conservative with my electric. And if I really want to use electric, I'd fire up my generator, and there you go, I've solved that problem. But this is solar, so I want to talk to you about my solar system's performance. I was eager every day to wake up in the morning to see when my solar panels started putting amps into my batteries, and in the evenings also. So what I discovered was that my batteries are floating on a sunny day at 13.6 volts in about an hour and 15 minutes, maybe an hour and a half. Depending on how much I drained out of them through the night. The only thing I have running on my system continuously is my refrigerator and my inverter. I don't know how many amps they draw or how many watts they draw, but it's just they're there and they draw power. At the end of the day, my batteries settle at about 12.7 volts during the winter, and between 12.9 and 13 volts during the summer. And the reason that is because of the sun period. During the winter, the sun's up in the sky less, it's at a different angle lower, but in the summer it's up high in the sky and it stays up longer, so I'm actually putting more power into the batteries, and my settling voltage reflects that. Being at altitude is giving me an advantage. I had a viewer that was questioning me about that, saying that we're 93 million miles from the sun. Do you think that moving up that high in the sky is going to change anything? Well, yeah, it does. Yeah, in the mountains you're closer to the sun, which means the air molecules in the air are less. The ozone particles in the clouds are less, and there's less dispersed UV radiation up here. The humidity, there's no humidity, so there's no water particles in the sky to bend the light. It's straight up, there's the sun, and here's the solar panel. Alright, so thanks for watching my video. I hope everybody learned something about my solar system, or a solar system, and yeah, everybody should have a solar system. Elon Musk says if we had 100 miles square of solar panels that we'd be able to power the entire United States, and I believe that. I believe there's a new power source coming. So, alright everybody, have a great day. Enjoy the holidays coming up, and God bless you, and we'll see you next time.